We are live!
Welcome back. You can't see us. Two hung over and right.
You can't see
Hey,
us.
yo.
Seth, Dylan, Jonathan, and Sandfagan. No Chad today. Sandfagan filling in. He's got a lot of opinions on UFC 304.
Probably better ones.
Probably better ones than we have. Today's the day.
Yeah, I'm more and more excited about it. More
Today's
than
like-
I was.
I feel like that's how it normally is. Like, if
yeah, it is.
like it could be like a very lukewarm card. This one's actually pretty good,
Right.
But the closer it gets, I definitely get more excited.
Same.
What the hell time is it over there?
Patty and Bobby are gonna main card. They're gonna be fighting at what 3 something in the morning.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Probably.
Leon's gonna be maybe even 4 a.m. when they're gonna be fighting. It's
Good
something like that.
Lord.
Let's see. It is 10:03 p.m.
Yeah, so that's just They're gonna
Right
be fighting
now.
at 3 in the morning.
So, say 5 hours from now would be 9. So 3 in the morning is when the main card kicks off.
But here's what sucks: is like I wouldn't have minded if they started the card off early today here
Yeah.
and not fucked over
Yeah, I don't-
Europe.
Yeah, I mean, you got every fight basically, right, has a British or Irish guy in it.
Yeah, it's
Why not?
well,
Like,
it's
I know
money.
it's about the American fans. I get it, but it's like,
they rule over everything else.
and also,
America.
I think they've conditioned the British fans at this point to like get up in the middle of the night and watch the shit.
they'll show up,
Dan Hardy used to do lives of watching the fights at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
and that's the difference. Those European fans will show up for that shit.
They will.
Americans are not going to probably sell out as much in the arena.
They will be there for Patty for sure, and Tommy Buns. I don't know, where do you guys want to start here?
Yeah, wherever.
Let's go from the bottom, see what we got.
Not much there,
Right.
or there.
Right.
I mean,
I think Shauna can get it though. I hope she.
Yeah.
I hope they kind of. Build
she's
her
like
up.
apparently like 3-sport champ. Like I think it was. I'm gonna fuck this up probably. Maybe like Muay Thai, Judo, MMA, or something like
I
that.
thought you were going to say like
That's
cricket,
Yeah,
tennis, badminton,
and fighting
and
No.
fighting.
No, I think it's like she's like I think a judo chick maybe, but
well, that's a good string of things to have under your belt.
I remember her first fight. I just was like not impressed against Bruna Brazil, who's fighting Molly. But this girl, short notice, Alice Ardaline, I think.
What flag is that?
Is that Spain, Portugal,
Romania,
Romania?
fighting out of England.
Oh, close.
But yeah, short notice for her. I mean, Brechek, we've talked about him before. He got the Walter Walker fraud check going his last fight. He beat Walter Walker,
Yeah.
Johnny's brother.
Right.
Is that the lone heavyweight fight on the whole card?
I believe.
Other than
Blade,
the title fight?
It'll probably be a first round knockout.
Blades Aspinall, yeah, that's it. Sam Patterson, I mean, the MVP was on the morning weigh-in show and was really like high on him, like talking about how he's really good and shit. I don't honestly know a ton about him or Kiefer Crosby, but we'll see about that one.
God, Sam's neck.
How?
Neck, baby.
Why is
Long
this?
neck.
Why is this on the early prelims?
Yeah.
Is that actually when it is?
Yeah, Makayev and Kopp got moved like last week
And
to
this-
the prelim. It was on the main card.
Was that thing you sent me legit about how Makai was the one that sucker punched Cop?
Yes.
That's real?
Yeah, but yeah, and it didn't. Luckily, it didn't affect the fight.
Supposedly,
Yeah, Nixick.
did you see it?
Yeah.
Makai asked for a picture
For
for all the
war and
It-
peace between the countries.
Yeah.
and whenever Cop posed for the picture, Makai punched.
Well, they took the picture, and then he sucker punched.
Nixick made it seem like it was like kind of a body shot. Like I don't think he like full on like punched him in the face.
Or was it just like,
it's
we're
prob-
gonna, hey.
I don't know,
Maybe,
man.
but
And then
probably
Cop's like,
not.
"Oh, fuck you.
They got a lot of heat. They got a lot of heat going into this.
They do, which is weird because you know.
An early, is this the most hype
I don't think
ever
it is
for
weird
an
because
early prelim?
It's Manel
Probably.
Kopp. That's why.
Well, but the thing is at the Apex or at the PI or whatever, or maybe it was the Apex, like weeks ago, there was like, oh, this big fight and Kopp and Makai have gotten a fight backstage, and then I heard that it was like it didn't actually happen. It was like fake news,
I can
and then
see
now
that.
and then like they're trying to like do this thing, taking a picture together, and then they get to fight after. So I don't really know like what's going
I
on
think
here.
it could all just be fuckery.
What are they ranked in the actual UFC rankings?
It was 6 and 8, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Cops 8, Makayev 6. Why the fuck is that an early prelim?
Yeah.
That's your main prelim right there at a bare minimum.
And they moved because remember when we previewed this, Duncan and Rodriguez was like
the
third
first fight.
like the third fight or something, and I was like, why is that the
And now
third fight?
RoboCop's way up there.
And now they just switch them, which you should never have a 6 and an 8, no matter what division, flyweight or not, on the early prelims.
No.
That just doesn't make any sense to me.
But if you do, make it a flyweight.
Because there's only like 8 of them, period.
That's so weird. Because look at the fights that are after them. Like, why? Even though
Yeah, Obon Elliott, Preston Parsons,
none of them.
Bukowskis, Prochnow, Lochran,
Jake fucking Hadley.
Yeah, Hadley took this like week and a half notice, and
I can understand Molly being ahead of him just because it's Molly and everyone's on her cock. But
I would like to know these little decisions they make and why.
I mean, maybe it's just they want people to watch the earlies or something. I don't know, but
maybe.
Or maybe the Russian fans, they want them
that'd
to
be
be
a
able to
good
go to
fight
sleep
right there to wake up the crowd before the main card.
So,
I mean, you're either fighting at 3 in the morning or 6 in the morning if you're on this card.
I mean, they're probably like, hell yeah, let's fight
Yeah,
early.
no shit.
And then you got to think about the people that had to fly over there, and their time frame's already fucked up.
Isn't that wild though? The early prelims, you're fighting at like 11:30 at night or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so stupid.
Right.
I mean, you gotta like get on a schedule
Honestly,
like weeks ahead of time.
Being an early is probably the best case for you.
Yeah. Obon Elliott, Preston Parsons, Modestas Bukowskis, Marcin Prochnow. I don't really have anything to say about like any of these. Hadley, Lochran. I mean, Hadley, like week and a half notice. He missed weight by 1 pound. He's going up weight class, but I mean, short notice.
He's our homie.
Yeah,
Your homie.
My homie. Yeah. Fuck off. I don't love this matchup for him.
I don't either.
Because Lochran's like a brick shithouse.
He
and
is.
Hadley is kind of like a small guy, and especially going up to 135 now.
So he took it on short notice at bantamweight, but still missed weight by a pound.
Yeah, 1 pound.
Also,
I mean, he tried.
Do they still take money from his purse because he missed weight? I feel like if a guy comes in short notice at a different weight class, should get a pass,
I don't know that.
depending on how short notice it is.
Also, that Laughlin, he's got like the most Celtic name in all of UFC, huh? How do you pronounce that first name? It's probably just Ryan.
I've heard. I think Anik says like Keelan,
Keelan. Yeah.
That sounds right.
but that just those letters don't make that sound.
You know what I mean? I
That's
feel like
a
they
weird
should be able
language.
to take 20. Is it 20%?
Yeah.
For guys that miss weight, I don't think they should do that. He's doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
there
tried
should
to
be-
make weight.
There should be stipulations involved.
Right.
Where results? Yeah.
Or Lochran just gives it right back to him. Like, here, keep your 20%, dude.
Yeah,
I
right.
would. If somebody was stepping
keep
in.
your $100.
I'm just saying. Like, keep your full purse. I'm fighting because you stepped in for me.
Right. I feel like I would do that.
Right.
Hadley can't find 20%.
Fuck, man. I mean,
rules
just
are rules.
cutthroat,
You can't make
dude.
exceptions. I
I mean, I
guess.
think we're like, this is like,
If you did give an exception, people would abuse the shit out of it.
well,
Yeah.
but no, it's like with the refs and stuff. We want the rules to be rules. Like one warning, but then with the weigh-ins, we're like, you know, you can make some
Yeah.
exceptions sometimes.
Well, everything should be based around what we think.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's that simple.
I mean, that's what people seem to care about. That's what we think.
Yeah.
Molly, Bruna, Brazil. I mean, I like Bruna. She's like kind of low key attractive in
Who
my opinion.
wins this one?
Dude, so is Molly. I'm not going to
Molly.
lie.
Think so?
Yeah, I
Probably.
think Molly wins.
I mean, Bruna's had some like pretty nasty like head kick knockouts on Contender Series and shit, but
UFC wants to keep Molly around.
Molly's back fist was disgusting. I forgot. Was
yeah,
it against
she did it a couple times.
Elbow.
Was it Jocelyn Edwards?
No, it was
She's a spinning elbow.
Dread. What's her name?
No, you're way too far
Oh,
down.
wait. What's the big tall girl Dread that was Luana Carolina?
Spinning elbow and punches.
Oh,
right
elbow.
There. Hannah Goldie.
Yeah, back elbow.
2 of them in a row.
Yeah,
Oh.
she holds the record in female.
But the Hannah
in
Goldie
MMA.
one is not the one I'm thinking of.
That's Luana Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I like Brazil, but I mean, Molly's not going to lose to her in England. I don't think.
I don't think so either, man.
I hope she wins so she
she'll
gets
box
the-
her up.
Now she was talking about in an interview on the weigh-in show, like she's gonna not try to like go like fight with her heart and go crazy and stuff. But I almost think that this is the opponent she should do that with because
Maybe.
Bruna's pretty technical, like stays on the outside.
Patrick,
I think
I'm walking with you, lad. I want to see that after she wins.
who's Patrick?
Patty.
Oh, did she call him Patrick?
Yeah.
I don't
On
remember
that video, I think it was Patrick. I'm walking with you, lad.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like the meatball. I like the meatball, dude. I'm glad she's there.
Freaking Wyatt
I'm
loves
just-
Molly.
She's fun, and I think she's cute, man. I want to go have some beers with that chick.
She'd probably out drink
I-
your ass.
No,
I like her
guarantee it.
now
No.
that she has like had the losses to like, she was hyped up and then Blanchfield ran her over
yeah.
and she had a couple losses.
Hey, Molly's kind of up there in age already, right? 34 already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot, honestly younger than I expected.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's
She's
that's
got hands on
horrible.
her, though.
Yulia Stoliarenko.
That one's tough.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But
That one's tough.
I mean,
But that armbar.
got the armbar back the next
yeah,
fight.
that one. She looked good that fight, man.
Yeah, albeit it looked really good.
Dude, when she comes out looking good, I mean, it's a fun fight, you know.
Yeah, I mean the walkout. I mean, if anything, the walkout
When she
will
looks
be
good,
fun.
it's good.
Yeah, you know, when things are
It's
When
It's
you
good.
win, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah,
you know?
when it's good,
Good to
it's,
win.
it's all good.
Winning is good.
She's good.
yep.
It's good. Nathaniel Wood.
It's good. Daniel Pineda, arguably not.
I think that'd be a fun one.
Pineda's just like he's just like throw hammers, hit me as much as you want.
That one could have been a low key banger.
Could have been. We should have done one. I think we should just do one no matter what now.
All right. Wait, we didn't do one?
No.
Why?
Wait. We did.
It was RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
The next preview show that we're getting ready to do here in a little bit, we didn't do one because it's 6-fight main card.
Right.
We should have, but
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, man.
Nathaniel Wood. I mean, I like him a lot. He just cannot seem to like consistently get it done in the UFC for some reason. Now, I mean, he's fought Andre Fili and some like good guys like that, Muhammad Naimov.
Saris.
Charles Jourdain.
Like he's losing to good guys,
He fought John Dodson.
Yeah.
but
And
I don't
lost.
know, man. I mean, his nickname is the Prospect. I think that's kind of gone now.
Yeah, I feel like you got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
The rookie.
But Pineda's 5-6-1 in the UFC. Lost to Bruce Leroy, lost to Cub Swanson, 2 no contests in a row in PFL somehow.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of a salty run.
Yeah, I mean, no, a lot of no contests. Andre Fili, accidental eye poke.
A grappling draw against Grant Dawson.
That's a win, in my opinion.
Yeah, no shit.
Huh.
Yeah, and I think Nathaniel should be able to touch him up, but Pineda's going to bring it. Like, he's going to get in his face and bring it.
15 losses is tough.
Arnold Allen needs a win. I
Arnold
hope he
Allen versus
wins.
Giga. This is a fun fight. Like,
I'm scared for Arnold Allen
Did you see Nina interview Arnold Allen?
and Giga.
And she goes, and I'm here with, and he doesn't say anything. And she goes, what's your name? He goes, oh, Arnold Allen.
he's cool. He seems
Yeah.
like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, really low-key. But, yeah, I mean, losses to, two losses in a row. Really shitty competition. Max Holloway, Mozar Evloev.
Yeah.
Man,
you
not
can't
the
lose
most-
to those guys.
Not the most active guy in the world.
No.
5 times since 2020.
Yeah.
Wow. Did he get hurt or something?
I think so.
I mean, a couple
He fought
canceled.
once in 21, twice in 22,
So these two, Stevens and Emmett,
and then once a
were
year after that.
both Emmett and Stevens pulling out.
It
weren't even him.
He avoided some brain damage on both.
I
of
honestly
those
feel like
fights.
he came in so young. He did like a Whitaker. He's like, I'm gonna like get better.
Take some time to get
And,
good.
like,
and then step up and
which
champ. Is that what you're predicting?
the Max one? No, that was Chad. That wasn't me.
Chad said that we had talked about him in the past as potentially.
I think Chad may. We have to go fact check this, but he may have said he would be champ at the end of either this year or the one we did last year.
I can. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm not a firm believer in that anymore.
No. Now I will say, like, obviously Max beat him up pretty good, but the Evloev one, like, he was fucking trying, and he would get shit going on the feet, and then he would just get put on his back.
Evloev's just relentless, man.
And Arnold would get up and start beating him up again, and then just right back down.
Right.
Like, it just, like, every time he got something going, he'd just get taken down.
This is probably one of the. I feel like he might have some of the most pressure outside of maybe Leon on this card because he needs this win, and he's at hometown.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
Giga, I mean, Giga's got to, like, he's got to go now. He's 35 years old. Obviously,
I was super confident in Arnold before we talked about this, but then after you guys brought up how he can get lulled into those kind of crazy slugfests, I'm nervous
You
about it.
don't want
now.
to do that with Giga.
No.
Giga. I mean, I think
Gun to my head, I think Giga wins this fight, dude.
I'm still probably leaning Arnold, but because Giga, I don't think he's not like a slugfest guy either.
Right.
I mean, he likes outside front kicks, like touch you up.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think Arnold's going to work the wrestling.
Arnold's definitely, he mixes the martial arts a lot better.
I think he needs to mix it a lot.
Yeah,
It's in the name, right?
it is.
Got to get Mixie in there.
No, I thought this was UFC.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You got to be the ultimate fighter
Mixing
champion.
That's the
Fighter.
sport we're talking
Mixed
about.
fighter.
I train UFC.
What's MMA? Yeah.
Christian Leroy Duncan, RoboCop. I love this fight. I'm glad it got on the main card. Obviously, Makayev and Cop
Should have been on the main card
should
the
be
whole goddamn
on
time.
the somewhere up there too. But Duncan's fun.
Honestly, you should flip Arnold Allen in this fight.
Yeah, but they always put like a really good one first.
I think that fight could be a main prelim and be just fine.
Duncan.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, but Arnold's not main prelim.
Yeah, if you flipped it, he'd be early.
Oh, he's first on the. Gotcha.
They should
my bad.
have just put Duncan and RoboCop main prelim and
Right.
Makayev
That's-
Cop in there.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
Son of a bitch.
I thought
Duncan's
Arnold Allen-
fun.
Sorry.
Duncan's spinny and flashy.
Yeah.
Does cool shit.
Yeah.
RoboCop doesn't seem to give a fuck about that most of the time. So I think it's going to be interesting to see which
Xerxes.
works.
Yeah.
Who said that? Was that you or Chad?
Chad. And then I piggybacked on it.
They still got the name wrong. Topology.
Yeah, Topology.
Yeah,
It's
King
King,
Green, dude.
It's legally King.
Listen,
now.
I'm not ever calling him King. Sorry.
I've been already calling him King.
He's been Bobby Green for like 100 years.
Patty said
in
to call him
UFC.
Bobby still.
King.
Is that
Bobby
why you're
Green.
doing it?
What did he say? He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, lad, he's almost 40, changing his name to King.
It's like
He's like,
CT is real.
He said call him Bobby or Robert, is what he said.
Man,
Yeah.
I am super intrigued by this fight. I just don't know how Patty's going to respond to the Bobby antics, the King antics, and the King hands,
It's not just the.
and if Patty can get the takedown or not.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. But on the feet, like it's not just Bobby talking to you; it's the fact that he's talking to you, and you're trying to kill him, and you
He's
can't
just
touch
not.
him.
He's not there.
Like hands down and everything. You'd think this guy's probably gonna get hit a lot.
Which Bobby
He
is
doesn't.
knockoutable though.
He is.
But
And
he's still
listen, he's even more subbable.
Yeah,
got to get him there though. Like what did we say? His takedown defense is like 74%.
Yeah. And
Which
that's
is
a
pretty damn
high
good.
74.
I mean,
And that's after fighting Khabib and fucking guys like that.
he's never been subbed in the UFC.
Look, man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He got
Okay.
TKO'd by Islam.
I
Ground and
really
pound.
thought he had. Look, I'm with you guys 100% with Patty was fast tracked. He was on that gravy train with biscuit wheels or whatever shit.
That was a
But
good one.
it's I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's a bad fighter.
I don't think.
I think this is the right step up for him. Like
Right.
this is you
It's
go
a big win for him.
Jared Gordon, Tony Ferguson, Bobby. That's like the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we would have uttered those words like what when Tony was on his reign, people would be like, "What?
What the
Yeah.
hell are you saying?
What do
Be
you
like, yeah,
mean?
you lose to Tony.
Is he
and
fighting
then you
Tony
fight
for the
Bobby.
belt?"
Yeah.
This sport is so strange.
No, Bobby's a good guy for him to get a W against because
But that's I think
he's
he
got
will.
the name. He's fought in the UFC a gazillion times, but he's not like a super scary fight.
No.
On paper, absolutely, Bobby should win this fight. I'm still picking Patty.
And obviously Bobby, yeah, like,
Sage.
kind of like you said, like he's not like super dangerous. Like
Right.
yeah, he has some
Like
finishes,
he can
but
beat the shit out of you, but it's going to be a slow burn.
you're gonna have a chance to beat him. Basically.
I think he's got an even bigger head off of that 300 win against Jim Miller, and I think that's going to be a detriment to his game.
So he actually absorbs more strikes per minute across, granted, a lot longer UFC career, but slightly more strikes absorbed per minute than
I
Patty.
would say that's more impressive for Bobby, being as he's had
Competition.
30 UFC fights against the best in the world.
Yeah, 62% defense. I mean, I don't really know how they really get these numbers and
Right.
how you could possibly.
Defense is kind of
Because
vague.
Patty's a good grappler, but his like strict like wrestling game, getting it to the mat, How good is it?
I think he's yes, he is very durable, but he's so hittable, man.
Patty averages a takedown per fight, basically.
Yeah, 0.98.
Just one.
Most of the time, he really
25%
needs one, though.
takedown accuracy.
And I think Bobby's not going to like dart in there winging big shit to let Patty like grab and take his back.
And
like,
I also don't think he's going to just let him get pressured up against the fence. He's
No.
going to be moving this laterally the whole time.
he's just hard to find in general.
Right.
Like, grappling,
But
striking.
if Patty does win and look impressive, I mean,
Delicate daisies.
We all laughed, dummy.
yeah, bro, it's all good.
We're just not going to read your dumb shit.
I'm pretty confident Bobby still personally.
I am too.
Tommy Buns, Curtis Blades, 5 rounds. That's interesting.
Real quick, what would be next for Patty if he does pull this off? Like realistically, 'Cause I feel like you after Bobby, if you beat Bobby, I think it's kind of nothing but killers after that.
So Bobby's 15, so he gets ranked, obviously.
And look at Murder's Row
RDA,
ahead of
RDA,
fucking
Jalen Turner, Benoit Saint Denis,
God.
Dan Hooker.
55 is disgusting.
I'd love to see him fight Moicano, personally.
Yeah.
Dude, 55 is the most stacked division in ever.
Yeah.
Like this top 15 is probably the nastiest in the history of the UFC.
Yeah.
I'm not even
It's-
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, 1 through 15. You
RDA
know,
was the champ.
and he's 14.
Yeah.
And he's
And he's
still
still
good.
good.
Yeah.
I saw, what was it after? I guess it was after the Tony fight for Patty. I saw some page that's like pretty big on Instagram post like who's next for the winners of whatever pay-per-view that was. And it said Patty versus Benoit Saint Denis. And I was like, please do that. Do
Dude,
that.
Patty will get.
I'm
his
just
ass
so
whooped.
glad that Dustin beat Saint Denis because now I can go back to being a Saint Denis fan.
Yeah.
Because if he lost to fucking
You
Saint
guys
Denis,
would have hated him
I would
forever.
hate him for the rest of my fucking
I'm
life.
glad Dustin ran into him like when he did.
Right.
Staff, you know,
Yep.
new to the UFC-ish.
But now I'm back on the Benoit train.
Yeah, I like Benoit.
Man, that's not a bad one. Let's just hypothetically, let's say
I'm just trying to remember if any of these guys are booked right now.
Patty goes in there and however he wins, whatever. He gets away with a W. Who does he realistically fight? Because he's only going up after that. You know what I mean?
Patty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Dude,
If he beats the 15 ranked guy, this is the first ranked opponent he's ever had as
Hey,
well.
Sean O'Malley beats Marab, and Sean fights him.
Fucking mouse.
No, I don't
is
know. I
not
think
working.
Patty's got more options than a lot of guys.
Yeah, I know, but they're all bad options, I think,
You're right.
for him.
All right,
I mean, he's
Benoit.
He's got to get in there at some point.
I just don't. When I think of Patty, I just don't think of like a top 10 type of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if he beats King, then he's knocking on the door of that.
So Benoit is fighting Moicano. In,
Oh, that's a good fight.
September?
Yep, that's a great fight.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
So those two are off the table.
Who else? Like Dan Hooker doesn't he
Dan
have-
Hooker that wouldn't be a bad one.
Doesn't
What's he ranked?
He has one booked, I thought, though.
Oh, does he?
He's 11.
That's not a bad one.
Dan beats him, dude.
But Dan's
fighting Gamrot.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
No.
He's so
Why?
Gamrot probably won't even
Gamrot.
punch him, dude.
But he's
He'll
fighting
probably just-
him in August, so I mean August 17th. I mean that
God.
timing might work
I think
out.
even if Dan loses that, you could still match it up
Yeah.
with Patty.
I think it
What's Gamrot ranked?
high.
Yeah.
Holy hell, he's going all the way down to
5 and he's
to
fighting
11.
and he fought RDA.
Yeah.
Who was like probably 12 or 13 at that time.
So,
But
dude,
Dustin doesn't have to fight anybody if he doesn't want to. Justin's off because of the terrible head kick.
And we've talked about this before, but that's what's really annoying about this is like you have a whole weight class of guys that are like kind of split into 2 separate groups.
yeah.
Gaethje, Dustin, Chandler, maybe throw Charles in
I'd
there.
throw Charles.
They're
in
all
there.
Hall of Famer, legend,
That's
do
like-
what they want.
They only
Those are the big fight guys.
you got to be worthy, to
Right,
fight them.
right.
exactly.
And then you got
But then you got I would throw a Gamrot in there.
Gamrot,
You got Benny.
Dariush,
Yeah, you got Benny.
Fazeev,
Fazeev,
Moicano,
and
Saint
Dan.
Denis, Turner, all those guys.
Those are the
they're like just got to fight each other.
right.
I mean,
right. That is weird. That like Sarukian, he's number 1.
I mean, Sarukian's kind of he's proven
He's
that
kinda getting
he's in
there.
that group now.
But like you said, 2 through 4, like those guys are just they're.
that group now.
But like you said, 2 through 4, like those guys are just they're in Chandler. They're like it's weird. They're like on a different like stardom.
Chandler doesn't
They're
fight.
just not going to fight anybody.
It's also
That's like why Dustin was pissed that they matched him up with Saint Denis. They're like, what the? He's like, come on.
yeah.
Like I'm bigger and better than that.
To be fair though, like Gaethje, he had the Fiziev fight. He was like he gave Fiziev that chance. So they were like, Dustin, you give Benoit that chance now. I mean, it's kind of
Right.
But it's also
And that's
weird.
what I love about Justin and Dustin is they do give guys chances.
Right. It's weird that Armin is ranked 1 and hasn't fought Chandler, Dustin, or Gaethje.
That is odd. I mean, he did beat Charles, but still.
Yeah, he deserves it. It's just odd that you
You
rise
just
through the
skipped
ranks
those guys.
and wouldn't have to fight them at all.
So what is it though? Is it going to be Jalen Turner and Dan Hooker as the probably?
Jalen would be another option.
Yeah, I don't think Jalen's booked either.
He's coming off of a loss as well.
It's, I mean,
After he should have
But
won.
man, I like the. I know Dan technically beat Jalen, but
God, could you imagine Jalen Turner versus Patty?
see, he didn't have one booked.
Yeah,
That
there you
could be the
go.
one.
That's what I'm putting.
If
my
I'm
money
Patty's
on.
camp, I'm like, can we fight Dan Hooker, please?
But you can't kill Dan Hooker. And Patty's
I
not
know.
like he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah, but that Dan Hooker
guess-
tarantula fight was a war.
Jalen, I mean, what's his name? Kicked his ass. Moicano.
Yeah.
I mean, Moicano was getting beat up, but he took him down and submitted him.
Right.
Patty's probably like,
Yeah,
I
there's a path to
yeah,
victory.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Patty, I mean, this all.
Patty's got to win.
Yeah,
guys.
I'd say like, I don't think he's gonna have the opportunity to do this, but if
Patty's
he does,
got to win first.
I kind of want to bet you guys.
On Patty winning?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan will do it. He told me.
I'll do it.
Let me think on it.
I think it would be better for the division and the UFC if Patty wins. 'Cause
I agree.
Bobby Green's Bobby Green.
And he's on his way out. He's old.
He's been in roughly the same spot for years.
He just had his big moment.
There'll be some new
300.
fights with Patty in the mix.
But for a guy that's like, kind of, you look at his record and where he's ranked is kind of stale. He's like the least stale of the stale guys.
Right,
Bobby
right.
is because he's gonna
King Stale.
he's gonna make it interesting.
King Stale Green.
That's his new nickname.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
Stale.
He's gonna make it interesting though, no matter who he's fighting.
There's that lovely fight poster again. Who gave him the green light to put that into the world?
They said everyone take this week off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dan is fucking
Rushed.
on his private jet, just like fuck. Everyone's off. I gotta
I gotta
get this poster
download
out.
Photoshop. Is that it for Bobby and Patty?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy Buns, Curtis Blades, 5 rounds. I feel like listening back to our previous show, we were just like, it's just like a, what's the word I'm trying to think of here?
Obvious Tom.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to think of a different word that sounded smarter.
I'm
But
not sleeping on Curtis.
it was basically like Tom is winning.
He is.
Yeah.
But
we're disregarding.
Curtis
Yeah.
has, like I
Curtis.
said it. His hands are underrated, and we all know his wrestling's there.
Yeah.
I
But
just
it's
don't
Tom.
see how Tommy loses.
And Curtis is not dipping his hands in gasoline like Tom.
No,
is.
he's not.
He's not soaking his hands.
I mean, that's an automatic win.
my hands
that a
are
thing?
my hands are like stones.
Tom does that.
he dips his hands in gas.
He's also trolling. He doesn't actually do it.
Oh, it'd be hilarious if he did.
Okay, well,
But he,
it was
you
like
didn't
a
see the
news
interview?
story.
Uh-uh.
He was telling everybody. He's like,
FaceTimed Ariel during it.
yeah. He said, I've been doing it the old gypsy way. You soak your hands in gasoline, and it
Does
makes
like
your hands
harden them up.
like stones.
I bet Tommy's got like nice, soft, like nice feeling hands.
I mean,
You
I'd
know,
touch him. I'd
I don't
hold
know,
him.
man.
I'd hold him.
I'd hold his
I
pocket.
hold them, but they're probably not soft. I mean,
There's just no way he loses.
this is a weird sport where crazy shit happens, but just if there was like a chart where it was like broken down by every like aspect of MMA, I feel like 75+% of them you're checking Tom.
Yeah.
Over
Right.
Curtis.
Curtis is highly underrated, and he's only lost 4 times. Tom's lost 3, but I mean, even I do take a lot of weight in when
His only
John
UFC
Jones.
loss was the knee, right?
I mean John Jones is picking Curtis to win,
That's
and
That's-
I know that there's like
that's
some
stupid.
some bullshit involved. With
I think Tom. I think John's just being a bastard when he says that.
probably.
Tom's last loss was May of 2016.
Oh, John
Well,
Jones, the guy.
before-
Illegal 12-6 elbows, so he lost by DQ.
Right.
So he's only really lost.
And then he got a heel hook
Lost it by a heel
in
hook.
2015.
Stuart Austin, how's he doing?
How's he doing?
18-8. All right.
Okay.
The thing is like Curtis has been knocked the fuck out bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
And I don't think Curtis has fought somebody as fast as Tom Aspinall.
No. We keep saying this, you especially. Tom is just a different kind of athlete than these guys. He just is.
He's just there. He's fast. He's way too fast for a heavyweight.
Like, he's like Cyril Gahn in that aspect. Like, super just freak athlete, but Tom
better.
can do it all.
Yeah. Cyril's just... The difference is Cyril's just not explosive. He's just like...
I feel like he can be.
He could.
I feel like he's kind of like a Leon style fighter.
Like, Tom actually, like, uses his speed to, like, really let some shit go. Cyril's he's only fast.
Right.
Yeah, there's way more technique with Tom.
But you know what I mean? I'm just saying both those guys are, like, high caliber athletes.
Yeah.
I'm really pumped about that fucking fight. I would never actually bet on that
I would
fight.
like to see Curtis, like, survive a couple rounds.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah. I don't want to see him just get nighted
I
immediately.
mean, that'd be rad, but...
Again, like we said the other day, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nighted.
I don't know if Tom actually like really needs this or not, but I think it would be good for him to like maybe get taken down once or twice, have to get up,
Or maybe the fact that he's just running through all these guys and that's not happening to him is just because he's that good.
maybe.
You know,
That's what I'm
Either
hoping for.
Well, like what is the bad part of him getting taken down once or twice and then knocking him out? You know,
That's a good point.
Yeah, nothing.
Just to show a little distress.
yeah.
Because I mean, if he fights Jones, he's gonna get taken down.
I guess apparently
Jones is gonna have to take him down.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't-
He took down
I
Cyril's gone
And
and
then
like
choked him out.
4 seconds.
Yeah. I hope Jones doesn't have time to take him down.
I bet Jones.
I hope it's that quick.
I bet Jones was like half-ass pissed off at how bad Gone was that fight.
Yeah, he's like,
I got off my couch.
this was supposed
for
to be
this.
Yeah, this was
No,
supposed
I
to be
think that
like
was best
awesome.
case scenario for him. He didn't take any damage, and he just made easy
I
work.
bet,
He takes more damage when he's training with
Right.
fucking Dontel
Yeah.
Mays.
I bet a little part of his brain was like, I did all like this is the best you got to offer me, right? Like this is the guy. This is your
Probably.
guy, Dana.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is a psycho, so
Like,
I'm sure he
come
probably
on.
wants to have a real fight.
Cyril just, I think the aura got to him a lot.
Right.
As
Like,
it does,
this is John.
it
That's John
seems
Jones.
to
Yeah.
with everyone.
Yeah.
It's John Jones.
I mean, even Gus said that it would be way more important for him to beat John Jones than get the belt. He
Yeah.
said he would rather. I think a lot of those guys would rather actually be the one who beats John Jones than gets the belt.
It's gonna get to
Well,
a
but,
point
I mean,
to where Jones.
it's going to be both.
Right, but I mean,
But it's gonna get to a point to where Jones is gonna be. It's gonna be like, Uriah Hall beating Anderson Silva. Like, yeah, you beat Anderson Silva, but you beat an old Anderson Silva.
on steroids.
Maybe, but Jones is probably he's getting out of here before that.
You think? I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it might eventually get to that point
He's
with
gonna
Jones.
go fight cop cars.
Cop cars.
He's going to pick him up and throw him probably.
Could you imagine being those
he
cops
did
trying
just
to
get-
apprehend that guy?
No.
Because you know the cops knew who he was.
And they were little white nerdy dudes.
You know what I'm saying, though? You're
Yeah.
like looking at each other, like, no, you go first.
Yeah.
No,
And
you
it's,
go.
it's in Vegas too, so they definitely know. You know,
You're right.
I
That's
bet
fucking-
the camera, like the body cam of them like going through his truck after the hit and run thing. I bet they purposely waited for him to leave.
Like they saw the ID.
No, they pulled up and they saw him digging through trying to grab his shit.
Oh, with
And
the
they were
broken
like,
arm
let's
lady.
wait
Yeah.
until he runs away, and then we'll go search it.
Let's get the SWAT team here. Yeah, what a terrible person to have to arrest, man.
No,
He's
thank
the
you.
worst.
Is
The
there
worst
another
guy.
UFC fighter you would rather arrest before him? Or I mean,
No.
other than him?
Yeah, well, that you would rather not
What?
arrest.
Okay, I worded that very fucked up.
I get it though.
Is there another guy that'd be harder to arrest if you're a cop?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Volkov,
Volkov.
6'7".
He can just keep you, just jab everybody to
Yeah,
death.
that's what he does. I mean,
Fuck, even with a taser, I bet those guys are like.
But the thing is like Jones is he's not right in the head, and he's always drunk. So
that's true.
Volkov would probably be nice.
That doesn't
He's like,
help.
I'll get deported. You know,
He's drunk all the time, like drinks vodka, but it's just normal. It's like
Yeah,
water.
Yeah,
It's
he doesn't
normal.
feel it.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Zvedka.
All right, man.
The main event.
Gonna finish it?
No,
Bruce?
no,
Okay.
no.
Leon Bilal. I picked Bilal, as did you, right? And
I
you,
did.
all three of us.
Yeah,
My
but
confidence has kind of gone up and down fight week.
Kind of same.
mine's way down, and I kind of am really just going back to the first time they fought because Leon was piecing him up. He was hurting him.
Yeah,
He's faster for sure. You know, definitely got far better strikes. And
I think
Any
Bilal.
Mm.
I think there's two ways to look at it with what Bilal's been doing this week. He's been like really kind of playing up he's overlooking me. He was in my position like 2 years ago, and now he's like acting like he's better than me. Maybe Bilal needs like the Michael Jordan shit where he hates everyone. He makes everyone an enemy. Maybe that's good for him. I don't know. Or maybe he's like putting too much thought into that.
Have you seen? Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I just think Bilal wants to be loved by everybody, and the fact that he's not, he's trying to lean into
Yeah,
it,
I mean,
but he's wearing it on his face.
Do you imagine being him, dude? Like just seeing all that shit. Like I bet that sucks.
Oh, dude, yeah, he gets the shaft.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Let's be honest though. There's really not a great reason for people to hate him.
That's another thing. Like, yes, he has
He's
a lot of
annoying.
decisions. He says he's kind of cringy but everyone is fucking cringy.
Yeah,
But
Listen to Curtis Blades talk.
I don't think it's warranted the amount of shit that guy gets.
So yeah, if he wants people to like him more than they do, I mean, can you blame him?
Right.
I just don't know if playing the whole Colby card is going to help him. I don't think it's going.
I don't think he's that
No.
kind of guy either.
No, I mean, you know what I mean though. Like that path, not like to the extent of what Colby did.
No, yeah, he definitely hasn't done that.
If I'm Bilal, I'm purposely trying to win every fight with doing as little damage as humanly possible.
Yeah, just from now on,
Right.
Don't even,
Just full
Micaiah
on
that shit.
wet blanket.
But then yet he almost gets completely blinded by fighting that way, and he's like taking more damage than all of these guys.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, one more good eye poke out of that guy. That might
dude,
might be
Leon's a
problem.
fouling motherfucker.
Yes, he is. He's
Against
dirty.
Usman the second time, he grabbed the fence,
He's a
kicked him in the
dirty
nuts.
fuck.
Very John Jonesy.
He fought really dirty against Nate. Not to say that he did anything illegal, but still fought fucking dirty.
Dude, he got warned like 2, maybe 3 times against the second Usman fight.
I feel like some of that is just genetic from where he was raised and lived.
Birmingham,
Wasn't he from like a shit part though?
probably.
No, it's all shit, dude. Everybody's getting stabbed.
That's
over
what I'm saying. I thought he was like kind of in the mix with some
Kind of thug.
some gangster shit. Yeah,
Probably. I mean, he's born
I'm
in
sure.
Jamaica, which is weird, but
Jamaica. Cool runnings, man.
I don't know. This one's tough for me. I feel like
That's a great one.
like
I apologize to any Jamaicans out there. That was terrible.
before Leon was like the champ. I was like the guy that was like Leon's underrated. Leon's
Oh,
underrated.
you were all over his cock.
And then now it's like every time he defends his belt or fights for the belt, I'm like not like that into it. I'm like,
Yeah,
is he like that good?
And look, I'm glad you brought this up because I was thinking about this because that you are on Bilal. You've been on Bilal's nuts now, like you were with Leon. But I think if Bilal wins and gets the belt, we're going to see just another Leon, but a little bit more boring. I can see him avoiding fighting once a year when he has to. You know,
Maybe.
that's just my. I don't know. I can see. I don't see that guy like.
I mean, there's definitely
becoming exciting all of a sudden.
something to be said for any of these guys. Look at Taporia getting the belt, and they're like, "Oh, like I'm gonna try to like cash in and then make everything big." Like you lose, you're especially if you're Bilal.
I don't like.
If you
Taporia.
defend your belt and you lose, no more title shots in the rest in your
See,
life.
That's what is fucked about the UFC is
favoritism.
exactly a guy like Bilal fucking grinds forever, finally gets his shot. If he does manage to win, like you said, his first defense, dude, he's back down to no man's land.
Yeah.
The guys who have to earn it the most in the UFC, like that do earn it the most, they have to earn it the most. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're not getting any favors, and it's always those guys that end up getting
Leon has a better chance of both getting an immediate rematch and like fighting once and getting a title shot than Bilal, which a couple years ago we would have been like, Leon, no, they're never getting him a title shot or a rematch if he does win the belt or anything like that.
We did say that.
But Bilal, he's like the perfect example of like a guy that if he loses this or wins the belt and then loses, he's
You're
done.
fucked. Like Dustin, for example, loses to Gaethje, and then was Saint Denis right after that,
Fights one fight.
and then title shot
Title shot, yeah.
against the pound for pound.
For the second time.
Yeah.
Well, for a title shot, not the same guy.
Right.
Might as well be the same guy.
Right.
Pretty much.
Which I mean, Dustin, he's kind of a different animal. Like
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
he's like, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, he's a vet of the UFC of a million fights. He's exciting. He's super popular.
Everyone loves him.
That's, I mean,
But
it's
that-
business.
right?
Yeah. It's
And
definitely
Bilal's
business.
really none of those things other than his tenure and record in the UFC.
All that business shit is unavoidable, and without it, it would be like more pure. Maybe the purest fans would kind of enjoy it more, but ultimately, it would take a lot of excitement.
Does boxing make the UFC feel like it's fair?
Yeah, more so.
What boxing does?
Oh,
As far as what?
no, I don't think so.
I think it does.
Like, so you're defending boxing's antics?
No. I'm saying what boxing does makes the UFC seem fair.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean by what boxing does?
It's business bullshit.
They can't decide on the gloves. They can't. Canelo fights Floyd only when he's 19 and never again.
At the end of the day, two guys are going to fight, and it's going to be all the same shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So kind of on this topic with guys waiting around and shit, Leon was that guy. Now Bilal is that guy who's been waiting forever,
earning it,
and Leon saying he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, but I wanted to go through the rankings and aside from Bilal, who's some examples of guys that are getting
the shaft,
kind of getting the shaft and having to wait too long.
Just in any weight class?
Yeah, I mean, let's go through them all. Flyweight doesn't really have any, I don't think.
Miro Bazzi, maybe,
but
he's
he beat Kai
I guess
a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess he's only 5-0 in the UFC.
Piotr, kind of.
He's had his shots.
He did,
and he had a 3-fight losing streak.
Well, God. I think those are going to.
I can't believe you didn't say Sandhagen.
Well, because I don't feel like they're really fucking him on near that level of the Bilal. Sandhagen's about to be fighting for this fucking belt, dude.
But he's having to fight Umar before he even gets the shot.
But when he beats him, that's just because of the lineup between Sean and the Cheeto bullshit, and then now the Merab stuff. Because it was Merab up until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merab was kind of that guy.
I'm putting Corey on my list here for sure.
Yeah, I guess you. Yeah.
I mean, featherweight, not really. I mean, Max obviously he's had his time.
Yair maybe.
Yeah, I mean
he had a shot. He had a shot, but
scroll down.
Sarukian's he's kind of had to earn it.
Yeah, really nobody else.
If they don't give it to him next, then he's definitely getting fucked.
Right.
I mean, he beat Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, but I'm talking about right now. What?
I know. I don't think there is though. I don't think we have.
What's the most though? Gilbert. Didn't he? Was his last fight Bilal?
So I guess you're just looking for people who are basically undefeated or on a heavy streak.
No. Just not. Well, yeah. I mean, a streak. Yeah.
Deserving of a shot, but hasn't gotten it. Jack Della's going to get there.
Ankalaev
is definitely another one on that list.
Yeah.
That's really heavyweight.
I mean,
Volkov maybe.
Yeah, you probably.
But he just recently is kind of stringing them together.
Yeah.
Can we? Well, I guess we can't really say Tatiana because she's just choosing not to fight.
Right.
She could be fighting for the belt.
Right.
If she was.
I think she still will.
I mean, Verna's got to be on the on the list at least.
Yeah. You got your obvious two front runners at flyweight, and everyone else is just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like Firo.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe Blanchfield. Didn't she?
I feel like Macy, obviously Blanchfield lost to Firo, but before that, Macy, Blanchfield, Firo, those three were all kind of who's getting the shot next.
Macy still could.
She will.
Rose is in the mix.
I think Blanchfield will.
Blanchfield, she's gonna.
I just think
have to string some together now.
I think you got Alexa Grasso and you got Shevchenko, and then that's about it. Everyone else is.
They need to get that
below them.
They need to get that over with.
I see. I wouldn't even put Tatiana that far below them. I know it's a different weight class, but I wish she would fucking fight because
Tatiana would be the champ if she would.
That's what I mean. She would fight. She's tossing all these bitches around.
She beat Andrade, which I know Andrade has been beaten before, but I mean that's
after her.
That's a good win.
One of her layoffs, she came back and fought and beat her.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Andrade can knock you out.
Nobody there.
Real quick,
Kayla Harrison.
Back to Bilal. Potentially, if he wins and loses, doesn't get an immediate shot.
I don't think he should.
Is Khabib that guy without Conor?
What do you mean?
If Khabib never has the Conor beef and the Conor fight, is he that guy that doesn't have a ton of fans?
Yes.
You think so? Yeah. I think Conor made his career.
When Khabib was active,
Khabib was super dominant and hardly lost. He lost,
but I feel like until the Gaethje fight, basically his last fight, wasn't that the last one?
I think so.
really like.
Joke
I
about
feel like
Porter.
every fight before that, nobody really liked him.
Aside
that much,
from
at
the
least,
Conor one.
at least in our side of the
Oh,
world.
liked him. Okay.
Yeah, nobody like. He's a lot more appreciated now, I think, than
At the time.
he was then.
Yeah.
I think my whole point being is I think that Khabib would have been that guy if
Deserving it.
unless
not getting
Conor
it.
and if Conor didn't exist and there was never that beef and never that crazy fight and the
Yeah.
whole rivalry and all that shit. I think if Khabib
Now-
were to lose one, I don't know if he
Khabib was supposed. Well, yeah, if he would have lost, for
Right,
sure. But
right.
Khabib was supposed to fight Tony multiple times, and
Uh-huh.
at least one was for the interim belt, I believe. So, not to. I don't think it's to the Bilal Leon level. But
Probably not.
Probably a little bit, yeah.
I just thought that was I
I
don't know
mean-
what made me think of that, but
I mean, Shavkat, right? He's got to be in this talk.
Yeah, I mean, who did he? He hasn't like beaten anybody like real good. I don't think.
True. I just don't think he's had the opportunity.
Nomad, I like that.
I mean,
He's only 18-0.
also,
I mean, God.
and nobody wants to fight.
Obviously, we love Wonder Boy, but he's not. Top
He's
five.
not a title shot guy.
No,
To
Jeff
be, like,
Neal.
yeah.
You know, Alex Oliveira.
I mean, don't get me wrong; those guys are all good, but I don't think any of them, even in beating them in a row, are worthy of a title shot.
Again, this is the right progression. Like,
Right.
Magny, Jeff Neal, Wonder Boy beat Jeff Neal. You go Wonder Boy, and then you work your way up.
I like what they're doing with him.
I mean, he's fucking 3 now, but
God damn!
him and Usman.
You beat all those guys, and you deserve the 3 spot.
I see. That's yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least fight Colby.
Right now, Wonder Boy's 9. I'm assuming he was probably higher.
Look at all the
when they
guys he
fought.
jumped without fighting any of them. He fought Wonder Boy and Jeff Neal are 9 and 10. Those are the only guys
and,
he's beaten.
And 12 Magny.
Holy fuck! And then they're like, "Yep, you're at 3."
Yeah.
That's
I wonder what Wonder Boy was ranked at the time though. He may have been like 6 or 7.
I'm surprised they
7 sounds
put him
right.
ahead of their boy Jack Della.
I want them to fight.
You know, fun fact: Jack Della's 2 losses were his first 2 professional fights.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That's how. That's
And he's
pretty
like,
common, though.
he's won like 18 in a row
Right.
since then, whatever his record is.
I mean, that was how Usman was. Right?
Yeah, I think
remember.
lost his first
First
one, I
one.
think, right?
Yeah, he lost his first fight. Got choked.
That's just crazy, though.
What else? We got 11 minutes.
You
So
know.
go time.
Well, let's get that pool out in the TV out in the pool and fucking party.
Put it in the pool.
Yeah.
Hooked up to an outlet with you inside of it.
And a toaster.
Trying to think. We should do at some point on one of these lives. We should do like a draft, like a just draft. We snake draft every fighter, and we add up the record. You know, like I pick whoever I want. You pick something like that. I don't want to do that today because
Like, if you pick Aspinall, he's off the board.
yeah, nobody
Yeah, but
else.
we'd have to like draw straws, see who goes first.
yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Rock, paper, scissors tournament.
Oh.
Round robin.
Robin and the semis. And any last thoughts here?
No, I'm excited. I like this card.
We
Yeah.
should go to one of these England cards someday,
Yeah, well, count me in.
like the next one.
Across the pond, as they say.
Yeah, they do say that. All right, that it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah, I gotta pee.
at HR Podcast Instagram, at Hungover Handwrite TikTok, and our personal socials are in the description and on your screen.
I'm gonna
Thanks
be
for
Chad.
watching.
I'm gonna be Chad.
Leave us a comment after the fact. Hold on. If we every fight we get wrong, leave us a comment telling us that we got it wrong.
And how stupid we are
So
for picking them.
thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.